We're going to do a project I call Name in Pictures, where, as you can see on the screen, you'll have your name, and then there will be pictures that you've selected that will come through your name. Before making this video, I've already gone ahead and downloaded some pictures to make this project today. I picked some pictures of runners, some cross-country runners. So we've got 4 or 5 or 6 different pictures that I downloaded off the internet ahead of time. I'd like you to do the same before you get started on this. Go ahead and get your pictures. Pick a topic that's important to you, or that are special to you, or significant, and go find pictures of that topic. It works a lot better rather than just 5 or 6 random pictures. Have a theme or a topic of all the pictures that you select. So let's get rid of the finished one and get started on a new one. We'll go File, New, to create the new document. And the size of this one will be about 10 inches by 10 inches. It's a perfect square to start. 72 pixels per inch will be plenty. We don't need it to be a really high resolution picture. RGB color mode and background contents of white, and we'll be set to go. First step is to type your name. But before we type, I want you to pick a font that's got a lot of width to it. I've selected Impact, which I think is a good font for this project. Impact is a good one, but Kimberly's also good, and there are dozens of good fonts that you can find that have good width to them as you're looking over here on the right. Just try to avoid fonts that are like a script or a handwritten font. You usually don't have much width that would allow picture to come through. So I've selected Impact, and I'm not going to worry too much about the point size of the text just yet, because I'm going to use my free transform tool to stretch and enlarge my name once I've typed it. So I'm going to use all caps though to make sure I'm typing with as much size as possible. I've got all caps selected, and I type my name, S-T-A-M-E-Y. I can hit the check mark at the top when I'm done, and then Command T. Command T is the shortcut that allows me to stretch my name to be pretty big. I'm not using the entire height, but just the entire width of the screen. And notice now that after I hit the check mark, the point size is about 230, 235 point, which is a pretty big font size. But I wouldn't have known that ahead of time that I needed that much, so I just used free transform to stretch it to fit the screen that I'm working on. Once I have my name on the screen, I'm going to select the first letter. I'm going to use my Magic Wand tool. Use the Magic Wand tool to select the first letter, the letter S. And I'm just going to click anywhere in the letter S. And now you can see the marching ants going around that letter, which means it's selected. Once I've selected that first letter, I'm going to open up one of the pictures that I downloaded. I'm going to open it in Photoshop. So Command O, or File, Open. And I'm going to find that folder that I made called Name in Pictures, and here are the 5 pictures that I downloaded ahead of time. So I'm going to get a picture of the starting line of a cross-country race, and I will open that one first. Open my picture. I'm going to copy this picture, but to copy it, first I have to select all. So Command A is the shortcut to select all. You can see the marching ants going around that picture, and then the shortcut to copy is Command C. Command C. Once I've copied it to my clipboard, I go back to my original picture, or excuse me, my original document with my name on it. And I'm going to paste this, but I have to paste it in a special way. I've copied it. After you copy, you paste, but this is a special pasting where under my Edit menu, I see Paste Special. Paste Special gives me the option to then paste into. Again, those steps were the Edit menu, Paste Special, and Paste Into. Once I select Paste Into, it will paste the picture into that image. I can move that image around so the part of the picture that I want to appear through the letter S is showing. I can size it again with Command T and get exactly what I want to be appearing through that letter S. Something about like this. We get as many cross-country runners starting as I can. About like that, and then when I have it positioned, I click the check mark at the top, and that picture is now set in the letter S. I go back to my name layer. This is an important step. Go back and click on your name layer to select it before selecting your next letter. So then I go back to my magic wand, and I select the letter T. Now for purposes of this video, I'm going to select multiple letters. You can do this, or you can do each letter individually, but I'm going to select the T, the A, and the M all at the same time. I'm going to do that by holding the Shift key while I use my magic wand. So the T is already selected. I hold Shift and then click the letter A and the letter M, and now you can see all three of those letters are selected. So I'm going to be pasting special. When I paste special, the picture will go into all three of those letters, not just one of them. So let's open up picture number 2. File, Open. Picture number 2 can be these athletes right here at the GRIAC Invitational. So I open the picture, and then I select all with Command A, and then I copy it, Command C. I go back to my document that I'm working on, Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. Those are the most important steps of this assignment that'll get the picture to appear the way you want them to. Now you can see it behind all three letters. I hit Command T to size it appropriately to get as many of them running as I can. Let's go with something like that. That looks really good. I hit the check mark at the top, and now that picture is appearing through 3 letters. Do the last thing with the final 2 letters. I get my magic wand tool and I select my name layer again. Always go back to that name layer before you select your other 2 or your other letters. Click in the E to select it. Let's zoom in here. Click on the Y while holding Shift, and now both of them are selected. Go open up my last picture. Command O, and there's a picture that'll work great. Some runners in Hawaii. With that picture open, I select all, Command A, copy it, Command C, go back to my document, and I'm getting ready to paste it, but again, those paste steps are Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. There my picture appears. I'm going to transform it though, Command T. It's a pretty large picture. See me moving it around, and let's size it. I'm holding Shift while I grab those corners to keep it in proportion. If I don't hold Shift, I can make the picture any height and width I want, but I want to keep it in proportion that the way the photographer took it. So I'm holding my Shift key, and I think I will size it about like that, so the 2 Hawaii runners appear coming through the E and the Y. There we go. When I'm done, I hit the check mark at the top, and now I have my name with pictures coming through it. A couple other steps that you may want to add. I'm going to put a drop shadow on my name. I go into my name layer. I double click on my name layer to get these layer styles. The very bottom choice is drop shadow. I put a check mark in that box. I can modify the drop shadow as I need to by selecting it. I can change the color of the drop shadow. I want a black drop shadow. I like my angle to be at about 120 degrees. This is the angle of the sun. This is where the sun's coming from. The opacity at 90% is fine, nice and black. I'm going to bump this up a little bit bigger. Remember, we went with 200. You can kind of see the drop shadow now appearing there. I'm going to hit my preview button to see what it looks like. Now I want to change that to a different color. So I'm going to unlock my background layer and get my paint bucket tool. So look for my picture. So when I get my color selector tool, I'm going to use my mouse to go over my picture and select, let's go with maybe part of this green from the grass that's behind the letter M. Now you can see that the color is going to be that actual shade of green that I clicked on. I don't need a document, double click in the middle when I've got it sized the way I want it, and there I've got